Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I am reviewing the absolutely magnificent new album from black metal royalty legends of Darkthrone. This is Astral Fortress with a very interesting bit of artwork there. Very different from the usual, very untypically black metal, shall we say, definitely, but then that surmises Darkthrone very well. Very untypically ungeneric individual, not the conventional black metal band. So having a dude ice skating on the front with a Panzerfaust back patch or back print on the jacket there, that is very fitting. This album, 2022, just a year after their previous release, the magnificent Eternal Hails was also an absolute blinder an album. It was one of my favourite albums of 2021. And this keeps up that amazing consistency. Darkthrone, since even before Circle the Wagons, quite a big success for them, but very much black metal, black and roll crossover album. Ever since then, they've been diversifying and changing significantly with every album, getting more back to their roots, shall we say, but also incorporating a lot of traditional heavy metal and even speed metal elements at times into their more recent albums. This album, Astral Fortress, is absolutely fantastic. I cannot praise this album enough. We kick off the album with Caravan of Broken Ghosts. Now that is a fantastic title, absolutely. It's a very spectral, very astral, chilling black metal track, juxtaposed from that slower pace but traditional black metal, amazing guitar work from Nocturno Culto. We get that traditional black, very ambient guitar work, juxtaposed, as I say, with definitive speed metal elements. We get a real sort of thrashing, speedy moment in the mid section of the song there, but it's a really great track. It's a killer way to start the album, and it is just instantly memorable. From the first time, or maybe the first couple of listens, I had it stuck in my head for a little while. So, Caravan of Broken Ghosts, fantastic way to start the album. Impeccable Caverns of Satan. Fantastic guitar work again. Got some really interesting guitar leads there. One in particular, for some reason, really reminds me of Lucifer by Behemoth, the closing track from Evangelion. Killer guitar work, very haunting stuff. It's a bit doomy at times, a bit drony, but it's got that traditional black metal edge. It's very Darkthrone. The whole album is undisputably Darkthrone. It is Darkthrone through and through. Their signature sound, which is entirely variable depending on whatever creative direction they want to go in, but it sounds fantastic. Stalagmite Necklace is definitely more of a, shall we say, doomier, dronier track. We've got some very interesting sort of background electronic synthesizer sounds, although I do believe it's the Mellotron, which is played by Nocturno Culto, but the synthesizers are provided by Fenres, and if I hadn't quite pointed out already, there's the guys, the legends, Nocturno Culto, vocals, guitars, and we've got the mighty Fenres, the drum machine behind this outfit. So, Stalagmite Necklace, very atmospheric, very celestial and spacey, very big sweeping electronic passages, but killer drony dooming riffs. Very black, very chilling. Killer stuff. The real standout though is probably one of the most epic and grandest songs that Darkthrone has ever recorded. The Sea Beneath the Seas of the Sea. Now that doesn't just roll off the tongue all that easily, I know. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. But The Sea Beneath the Seas of the Sea, clocking in at 10 minutes 10 seconds, is a masterpiece. It's an epic, very grand song. We've got these amazing, very sweeping very layered guitar intros and outros that remind me of Sabbath's Planet Caravan, or maybe Crowbar's Oddfellows Rest. There's that great passage, sort of it's mesmerising guitar work. Listen to it, you'll know exactly what I mean. But then the rest of the track, it's quite a doomy number, but it's very grand. It's one of the biggest sounding, one of the grandest sounding Darkthrone songs that I've ever heard. But Nocturno Culto does an amazing vocal performance. We even get a little treat contribution from Fenrez as well, but the majority or all of the rest of the vocals are provided by Nocturno Culto, carrying on the trend from Old Star and, of course, last year's Eternal Hails. Kevorkian Times, much heavier, much more of a traditional black metal, traditional Darkthrone track, killer guitar work. The drumming is it's easy to follow. It's not crazy blast beats everywhere. It's just got a good pace. Certainly Kevorkian Times reminds me, and it's not the only moment on this album, but it very much reminds me of traditional Celtic Frost. Old school Celtic Frost, or even Hellhammer. There's a lot of Celtic Frost's influence and Hellhammer's influence throughout this album. And in Darkthrone's sound, over the years, it's just incorporated a little bit more, or shown a little bit more clearly, the influence of the mighty Celtic Frost. But it's no bad thing. No bad thing at all. Then we have a brief sort of interlude piece before we get the closing track, Eon 2, which is, again, it's a heavier track, but it's an interesting number because there's even moments there that are traditionally heavy metal in nature. So we get black metal coupled with, you could say it's even a bit sort of Maiden-esque in these galloping riffs. The great thing about this album is that all of these tracks really do stand out from one another. So you start with the sort of very, very celestial, very ambient tracks like Caravan of Broken Ghost, where it's very atmospherically black metal. You progress through to the epic The Sea Beneath the Seas of the Sea, and then you've got heavier, more black metal rooted tracks, Kevorkian Times and Eon 2. But overall, this is a fantastic album. Astral Fortress. Can Darkthrone do wrong? No, because I even like the Black and Roll albums that they've done many moons ago now. But this is a perfect embodiment, an amalgam of all of Darkthrone's different stylistic pursuits and directions from over the years. I would say this is without doubt one of the best albums of 2022, and it's one of my favourite Darkthrone albums already. I can just tell I'm really connected with this album. It's an absolute work of art. So, what do you think of Astral Fortress? What do you think of that very unconventional, non-conformist bit of artwork there? What do you think of these tracks? Let me know. I'm very interested to hear what the fans think of this one. If you've not heard it, check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm very interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. Do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations. Feel free to like and subscribe, as always. It's very, very much appreciated. And you take care, and as always, my friends, stay heavy.